Always.
Always in the chat.
Always in the chat.
You're always in there, huh?
Oh, no.
Always in it.
Always up in that chat, huh?
See, this is why we talked about pre-recorded intros, you guys. Like, this is what happens.
This is it. This is what happens.
I can't believe, like, they made it too easy for people like us to be on the internet. Like, it should be harder. We should have to, like, do, like, a skill testing question or something.
Questionnaire.
Some sort of, like, you know what the thing you blow into when you start your car, the breathalyzer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably should do something like some sort of test.
Before you can hit live, you have to like before you start your car. It's one of those things.
Yeah, like are you of the right mind? I don't know.
Judge your higher cognition before you're able to be in front of an audience.
Kevin's enjoying this little.
Kevin's like, what is wrong with you guys? I'm just gonna hit like on the stream, and you know the other thing that I haven't been doing is telling everyone in the Discord, hey y'all, we're live. I don't think I've done that.
Start saying hey y'all now.
Hey y'all, I love it. Yeah. I love y'all, but like I love y'all. You know,
love y'all.
Boots.
What it do?
What it do?
Well, I'll tell you what it do.
Boots.
Sam.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh.
One after the other. I'm all over the place. I need to put my notes over here.
Come say hi.
Oh.
Hi.
To 7-11 people. All right. Man, there's lots of this Bayonetta chat, but
holy cow, dude.
New updates. Yeah. Who even knows what's going on, man?
All of the things.
Mm-hmm. Sam! Look at that. I got buttons too. Look. Boop. Right there. What do you think of that, Boots?
Too much power and too much energy.
Yeah.
Ryan says we need to reel you in and air you out.
I know. I keep saying, like, what a nice, chill Nintendo podcast we have. And I come in. Sam! Got my Diet Coke.
It's never not funny.
I will push that to the limit.
Yeah, that's just always going to get me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right. Ready to do the dang thing?
I think we're ready to do the dang thing.
I almost didn't say dang.
Nintendo Drive at night.
Yes.
That's me right now. Okay.
We need an official, like, drink of choice for this, since this is a nighttime show now.
A White Russian or something.
White Russian?
White Russian? Big Lebowski?
That's literally the first thing that came to mind. I'm sorry.
I want you guys to have a Caesar. You guys would never have a Caesar before. You got to have one.
No, never.
Yeah, you'd have a... There's no good way to describe it. It doesn't sound good. The ingredients aren't like, oh, wow, give me that. Let me put that in my face. Doesn't sound good, but it's very tasty. Very good. A Caesar salad, almost, but in drink form.
That's what I thought.
Yep, Caesar, but it's like a Bloody Mary, but it's not. But it's Canadian and weird.
I don't like Bloody Marys.
No, I don't know. I think these are better than Bloody Mary. So one day.
It's the tomato juice. Not a fan.
What if I said clam juice? How about that? Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like I'm already gonna be sick. Okay, let's do this stuff. Let's do the dang thing.
All right, do the dang thing.
All right. Hey y'all, welcome to the new Nintendo Drive and the 77th Nintendo Drive episode overall for Carpool Gaming. We're zooming into your screens, ears, and hearts this week, but first, consider following us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Carpool Gaming. If you like what you see on YouTube, give this video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on our content. And if you end up loving us, consider supporting us over on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. All the links to our socials and where to follow us will be in the description box below. Now roll that sweet intro.
You guys, I'm sensing a weird energy tonight. We're trying to be chill. We're trying to be like this, the new Nintendo Drive, but I'm afraid, but excited for what we've got on tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Nervous and excited at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Y'all. This
Intro is fire.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Yarden, in the chat here on youtube.com/carpoolgaming, where we do this thing live. If anybody's ever wanted to tune in to us doing this live on the video version, if y'all don't watch the video version, you're really missing out. Can I just say that?
Yep.
Is that fair to say?
Definitely missing. I mean, you're
energy.
Just from a basic standpoint, you're missing the video side. Like it's an objective truth. But there's even more to that. Every now and then, I think the thing about it is, Seth, what you're getting at is one of us will be talking. And now that this is a 3-person show, the other two will be kind of like having a face conversation with each other. Like we'll be kind of like reacting in some way, and it throws the other person off. Lachlan's in the intro. I'm kind of just doing like little things, and I got her, man. I got her good. I didn't even have to do much, really. I got you good.
I couldn't even look at y'all. I was struggling. I'm sorry y'all had to witness that beginning part by me. I was struggling.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot to get into tonight, everybody. I know we got the giggles, we got weird energy tonight, but that's okay. We'll get through it. What has been going on? What's everybody been playing? How's everybody doing tonight? Let's start with you, Sean.
I got my Diet Coke, man. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, dude.
I have to talk to you guys about something, so I'm not sure if I should go first, but I need to work something out because I alluded to this last week that we're in game review season. All the games are coming out. We saw some reviews coming out for Mario plus Rabbids, the sequel. So there's a lot going on, and I keep defaulting back to Forza, but I need to make a decision. Like it's there because it's there. It quick resume, like I just go in and play it, but I need it for my Switch. And there was a good question after I went on my tangent about Mario Maker 2 last week. Bowser had a question, if you can save your progress and pick it up. I didn't know the answer at the time, and I'm disappointed that I know the answer now, because the answer is you cannot. You cannot save your progress. You started up from the very beginning all over again, and I think I'm done with this thing that I love so much. Like, I don't want to, unless I just don't play anything else, which I have played other things, and you quit out of Mario Maker 2, you can't go back and just kind of like pick it back up again. And it's like, that seems like Nintendo did it on purpose so we don't get too good a game. You know, it can't be too great and take over our need and want for another 2D Mario game. But like, I can't do that, you know? So I'm struggling a little bit. I think I might be one and done out of Mario Maker because I want to play something else. And I've got this bet in the Discord, people wondering if I'm going to beat Xenoblade. And Seth, I think you beat Xenoblade, or Garrett beat it anyways. I think you've beaten it too. Everybody's beaten this game. I haven't even beaten Splatoon's campaign yet. Never mind Xenoblade, for goodness sake. So I'm having a crisis, you guys. I'm a little messed up, okay? You ask how I'm doing? I'm a little nuts.
I'm a little nuts.
I'm going nuts.
You don't have to beat every game, dude. But you do need to beat Mario Odyssey. I will
snap. That wasn't even on my radar. We're just like piling things on here. Okay.
That was unbelievable to me, by the way. When I listened to the new episode of We the GamerCast and you drop that bomb, I was like, oh, no.
I was wondering where people were picking this up from, because I'm like, we didn't even talk about Mario Odyssey on this show, but I forgot. I do another show. I do another podcast.
Yeah. It came up. Yeah, it really, it was one of those things like, no way. I don't care if you don't beat another game. I need you to see the ending of Mario Odyssey. Like,
that's what I hear.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know that you've seen that. Honestly, I don't even care if you play it yourself. Like, just go look it up on YouTube or something. I need you to experience this.
Ryan Turford in the chat says Ryan's getting violent, man. Ryan in the chat says nobody needs to beat Mario Odyssey. He is coming in with bullets, okay? Words are like bullets. And Ryan Turford.
You see, words are like bullets. No. Mario Odyssey, that ending, dude. Oh, it's so good. That was my big takeaway. Bowser's great. Love Bowser.
Yeah,
that was my big takeaway from We the GamerCast.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we talked about God knows what else, 90-minute conversation. It's like there's the takeaway. That's the weird thing about podcasting, Lachlan. Like you can talk for 60 plus minutes. Somebody will take the beginning of something that you said, twist it around, and then they'll tweet it on the internet. You know who I'm talking about, listener. How's that for passive aggressive? Yep. It's passive. Little subtweet within a podcast. So I don't know what to play next. So my options are, I guess we're just going to dive into this, you guys.
Yeah.
What I have right now versus what's coming. Okay. So I'm thinking my options right now are Xenoblade 3, the Splatoon campaign, Pokemon Arceus. And I could leave it at there. Okay. The other options are like go start over with Fire Emblem Three Houses, like the list goes on, or Mario Odyssey. So something that exists already, or do I like stay the holding position and then dive into Mario Rabbids this week? This is, I think, the scenario that I've got in front of me.
What does your heart tell you, Sean?
Well, if I knew that, I would just do that. I have no idea.
Heart is conflicted.
The heart is
at this point. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Mario Rabbids comes out in like what, 2 days?
Yeah.
I mean,
might as well wait.
But what if I were to wait until it goes on sale? Sale!
Oh my god.
What if I wait for a sale?
Will.
Right? Like that's part of it. I know I don't mean to make this overly complicated, but this is the thing. And we don't get review codes for every single game, and I feel like this is what a lot of people go through. Like what are you going to do when 500 games are already on your Switch and 500 more are coming out in the next week? Like I feel like I'm kind of in it. Kevin Ainsworth in the chat says Fire Emblem Three Houses is the best game on Switch. Go play that. It's pretty huge, man.
I can't speak on that. Yeah, I haven't played it. I own it. I haven't played it, so I can't speak on that. But I think you should. I mean, if you're kind of feeling that way about Mario Rabbids already, if you're kind of like not, I feel like if you were sold day one, you would know, and like you would be like, cool, I'm getting this day one, I'm there. Mm-hmm. But if you're not already feeling that way, then yeah, maybe just hold off and wait for a sale or something.
It's not a commentary on the game. It's more a commentary on how, like, I think it was Jamie who had a question into us maybe on our first show, where I've really been thinking about this. Why am I buying more games? I have a lot. Right. Like I have enough to be done for until the next Switch comes out, which is obviously next spring. We all know it. Any day now, they're going to announce the Switch Pro.
We'll see, man. Well, then, yeah, I think kind of knock some of this stuff off the backlog. Maybe Xenoblade is going to take a while.
Yeah.
I was going to say, see which one takes the least amount of time.
Get a win.
Do that one first. Yeah.
Start checking them off.
Win.
So that's Splatoon. I would say.
Easy
Splatoon
win.
campaign. Yeah. Because I kind of want to talk to you guys about it, too. Like, I don't even know if we've really gotten into the Splatoon campaign.
That'd be fun. We could talk about the campaign after you beat it or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Little extra mile kind of thing. We could do a little spoiler cast. Just keep playing Super Mario Maker 2, Robbie Bobby Miller. I discovered I can't save my progress in the thing that I like the most about it. So I'm not really there to just play random levels. I really liked what this person had put together, but sadly, unless I have maybe, you know what I need to do? I'll do what all the Animal Crossing people do. Just buy another console and have it on there. That's my Mario Maker console that I never have to turn it off. That works, right?
There we go.
Yeah, problem solved. I'll be Sean Capri 1.
Switch sold.
Sean another more
one sold.
more accounts.
Hey now.
That's me. That's me. That's where I'm at, you guys.
Attacked.
I think it's a good I think it's an elegant solution, actually, what you've done.
Nintendo agrees.
Nintendo
agrees.
agrees.
Solution too.
They gave me no option. I had to. Well, I didn't have to, but
I have to. Argo in the chat says you have to have at least 3 Switches. I mean, I could use my Switch. My Switch Lite is really there to accept friend requests when I play Splatoon or Mario Kart on stream, because they can't back out of the game to go accept the friend requests, or it boots everybody out with a communication error. So I have a second Switch for this. So I guess I could do that. But that confuses the matter. I need one game. The purpose of this was to come out with, like, this is the game I'm going to be playing. And I guess the decision is, we'll wait and see on Mario plus Rabbids, you guys.
Yeah, I think so. I feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
Play, if you don't land one way or the other on it when it comes out, just play the Splatoon campaign. You can get through that in, 5-6 hours or something. And it's just like light. you know, and you can just kind of work through it and feel satisfied that you like finished the campaign and stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know,
It's funny because I'm hearing all the great things people are saying about it, and that it's maybe not what I expect, and still I feel like I know what I'm getting into. So, and that's maybe why I haven't really gotten into it yet. It just doesn't really scream at me, this must be played, but I guess that's not the case. I think it is something that should be played. But I don't know. It's a weird thing. It seems just so optional on the Splatoon experience.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's funny that Pokemon Arceus just kind of like totally glossed over that.
I know.
Have you not played that at all?
I played quite a bit of it, actually. You know, I'm riding around. I got my mounts. I'm mounting things all over the place. Just riding around.
All right.
It's a good time. So, yeah. But there's another Pokemon coming. This is why, you guys. I need the whiteboard. I need the whole, like, decision tree. Like, if I don't play... This is the thing. This is why it's actually more complicated than, I guess, just do the shortest one. Because if I don't do Arceus or even go back to Diamond from last year, which I never beat, to Kevin Ainsworth's point, that's a tough name to say in a possessive. Kevin Ainsworth's... break my brain, Kevin. To Kevin's point... The next Pokemon game is coming out. So, like, if that comes out, do I just throw out my backlog Pokemon games? Like, are they just done? Does it eradicate them from the possibilities? I don't like eradicating things. It's very permanent.
Yeah. Well, I know we like to talk about what we're playing, but that does kind of roll into a question TPR had in Discord, so I'm going to bring it up now. They asked, do I get and play Legends Arceus before Pokemon Scarlet Violet? Said, my fear of getting into Arceus after SV is if Arceus will feel like a step back after playing Scarlet Violet. And I initially think that they're not gonna... I don't think it's gonna feel that way. I think they're two separate entities. I think that Scarlet and Violet will have some similarities with Arceus, but also kind of be what we know Pokemon games. I don't think... I think you could play both interchangeably, if I'm honest. Like, I feel like you could pick one up one day as long as you remember the story, because I'm sure there's completely different stories going on, and then pick up the other one whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys haven't helped me at all. You guys haven't helped, not even a little bit. Not
you
even.
You can play both. That's helpful.
Yeah, you can. I don't think one is going to invalidate the other, and I think that they are two very, very different styles of gameplay.
Sure.
So, you know, but that being said, I mean, we're also, so it really is just dependent on like how much time you have. But in terms of the content, I don't feel like it's going to be a step back or anything like that. I think it's going to feel like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon Legends has like they're calling it kind of a different series because it really is. It's not the traditional loop is so different. And I mean, there's not even competitive play is completely removed from Pokemon Legends. Like it's just not there. So so it's a very, very different game. I don't think anything is going to diminish any of the other games. So I think you're kind of safe there. But yeah, I really liked playing through Pokemon Legends. Like I 100% of that game. I had a really good time with it. You know, I thought it was really good. It was actually kind of a breath of fresh air for me as somebody who was kind of getting a little bit burnt out on Pokemon. It kind of made me more interested in Scarlet and Violet, if anything. So,
okay, so Splatoon campaign, or you can't say both to anything. It's got to be one. I ain't got time for two because, to Ryan Turford's point in the chat, on the polar opposite ends of things, Call of Duty is coming out at the end of the week, and that is day one for me. Like they're non-negotiable. Don't care. I'm not reading anything about it. I'm going to be buying that first day. So yes, I basically am deciding no new games on Switch, no Mario plus Rabbids. That's just me. It's just me trying to deal with like having already spent $14,000 on video games this year that I haven't played. So it probably should take a dent out of that, maybe $60 or $70 at a time. So Splatoon campaign, one of the Pokemons that I've already bought, or Xenoblade. And I think Pokemon might actually win out on this, you guys. I think Pokemon is like doable, actually.
Yeah. Especially if you're already into it. Like if you're already a little bit into it and you're like picking it up.
Yeah, and your kids like it too. Like you have something to enjoy with them.
Oh, as if
right?
I hang out with my kids. I'm podcasting all the time.
Oh my god.
I took Lincoln to piano. He did quite well. He was very happy. So, and then I shoved him out. Go see your mom. I got a podcast. See you. I'm such a deadbeat. Oh my gosh. What's going on with you? I'm such a mess, you guys. Why do we start with me? We want people to stick around longer than 5 minutes.
Seth, what have you been playing? I know we'll get back into Pokemon probably a little later, but what have you been playing?
Just Inscription, really.
Ooh.
Which isn't on Switch yet, but I'm trying. So I'm not good at this game. I'm just not good at it. Like it's like a card game, dungeon crawler sort of thing, but roguelike. I'm just not good at it. Like it really is as simple as that. I'm bad at the game. I know there's guides and stuff out there. I have looked at a couple of things. Delroy was telling me, he's like, oh, you should download like a mod. I was like, I'm not downloading a mod just to beat the stupid game. You know what I mean? But I'm having a really good time with it though. It is like at once the most interesting, but also the most frustrating game I've played in a long time. When it comes to Switch, I'll be curious to know how the Switch audience latches onto it, because it's very like dark and it's not like what you were expecting. It's really, really cool, but like there's frustrating RNG stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, that's kind of true of all of these kind of, you know, duck building. It's got kind of like Slay the Spire vibes, you know, if anybody's ever played that. I really like it though. Like, you know, all of my frustrations aside, I'm excited to talk about it with the rest of my fellow backtrackers, which guys, there's still time on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're linking up and talking about that game, so there's still time to get in and play Inscription. And just come and hang out with us and chat about it, because that's super fun. I look forward. That's the highlight of my month. But I did get past. Pausa in the chat says Inscription Act 1 is brutal. I did get past Act 1, and what's awful is they make you feel like you're beating it, and it's like, oh yeah, actually it was just Act 1, loser. You know. So I've put like 6 hours into this game, and Act 1 is the only one I've beaten. So
wow.
I'm trying. I don't know if I'm gonna beat it before
Good for
Saturday,
you.
but I'm gonna be there on Saturday morning, regardless. Happy and willing to chat about it with my fellow backtrackers, and I hope to see you there too.
I might listen in. There's not a chance for me to be. I'm already trying to figure out what game I'm going to play. Never mind this thing, which doesn't sound like a walk in the park. But I love hearing you guys talk about it. You know, and this is just a great example of the variety of games that are covered in the Backtrackers, our video game book club put on by the community. It's amazing. And so yeah, I might just be a fly on the wall, walking around. Yeah. I might be put to work though this weekend. We'll see. I don't know what's going on this weekend. One day at a time, you guys.
Yeah, it's super fun though. Anyway, that's literally, in terms of my video game time, that is like it.
How's your writing? How's your fan fiction coming?
I haven't been writing any fanfic. I've been writing a lot of stuff. I've been working on this video that every time I sit down to do an episode of this show that I do called Behind Enemy Lines, it always becomes bigger than I expect it to be. Mm-hmm. So like I sit down to make this what I think is going to be a very simple episode, and now I'm doing research into this festival that happened in Japan in the 80s, and like it's, you know, it's like documentary work basically, and so I've been working on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, but yeah, it's a lot of work for what's gonna be like a 6-minute video. So
is that how it always goes? Mm-hmm. Isn't that just the way?
That's just the way. What have you been up to, Lockliff?
I actually had played a little Ooblets this week.
Yes.
Because they came out with like a fall update. I know. They talk like this.
It's so cute. Yeah, they have like the shape.
Yeah, whenever they talk, their heads are like.
That's what we're doing for the rest of the thing.
Bobbleheads.
Yeah, we're all just bobbleheads.
Every time.
Do the whole show that way.
Yeah.
We're just too wild this evening, if y'all couldn't tell. You need to watch this on YouTube if you're an audio listener, because this is nuts, is what's going on. But I played Ooblets. It's like they had the fall update, so you can go trick-or-treating. Basically, you're carrying on a basket. You can get costumes. It's a lot of fun. And
it's so cute.
It is so cute. And like you can dress up the Ooblets. This is the first time, because I only played it like once for a video. Never played it again. And then I saw that they came out with a fall update, and I was like, well, I have to play it because, spooky season. I got to do it. It's October. It's out until November 15th. So if you have Ooblets, you can participate in the fall update till the mid-November. So y'all have time. But I wanted to play it this week. And I discovered, because I haven't played it for long, that you can dress up the Ooblets. And so I have one that has like a pumpkin head. One of them has like a cape. Just too cute. Too cute. Love it. All the fun things in Ooblet Town, Ooblet World.
Yes. It's going to rival the drama that's going on in Ryan's sim world, The Sims.
I do feel similar to you though, Sean, in regards to so many games that you've never finished. I'm forcing I say force, like I want to play Cult of the Lamb, obviously.
Oh,
I keep
yeah,
talking
I didn't
about
even beat
it.
that game. Oh no.
I know, I hate to put salt on your wounds,
Ow.
Sean, but I also have not played very much of it. I want to play more. So I'm kind of in a way forcing myself to do it by making it to like a challenge for a video for my channel.
That's a good idea.
And I already have like the 5-step rules that I need to follow, and I'm just gonna play until I'm tired of playing it. Like I might play for 2 hours, I might play for 4 hours in one sitting. We'll just see how far I go.
It just has such a great loop, and I think that might be what I'm afraid of when I go. Like I inevitably don't choose it, but I look at it and go like, this is 15 minutes. It turns into 3 hours really, really quick.
Because that game is like 14 to 20 hours to finish.
Yeah, it's so good though. Like it just feels like from the moment it's rare that a game, it starts out and I just love it instantly. Like a lot of games you hear like, oh, you just play it for a couple hours and it'll be good. Like you just reach 14th hour and you'll be fine. It's like, or play Cult of the Lamb and love it instantaneously. It's so good. I'm glad you brought it up because I already feel like it's kind of being forgotten as we turn the corner towards Game of the Year season. Like that game has to be part of this conversation. It is so good.
The soundtrack is really good. I've been listening to it and the Ooblet soundtrack too. I've been listening to a lot of gaming soundtracks. Like even though I'm not playing them, like I'm constantly Tinykin. Like all of these are like such good this season type of time to listen to them, even if you're not playing them. So
good.
Got Apple Music. Go check them out.
I feel like something it was added to Xbox. That's what it was. I watched. Do you guys consider Scream a scary movie? Like, are you scared by Scream?
No.
Like, it's right. Like, it's
scary.
So I wanted to get into the Halloween spirit last night, and I didn't want to like not sleep, so I put on Scream, and I felt like that was actually like the perfect movie to watch because it's actually pretty funny, I think, and there's a lot. What was that? 96, I think it was. Like, there's a lot of things out of the 90s that don't hold up. Like, it's kind of cringe and all these things. I felt like it was actually pretty decent. So I watched that, and I was getting a little brave, and then I put on The Grudge, and I stayed up way too late last night. And that one, I don't know if it was because I wasn't really watching it 100%. I was still playing games off to the side. So it didn't, like, creep me out as much as I had, or I thought it would, because I had built it up in my mind over the last few decades. Like, that game, that show, the movie is so scary to me with the girl with the hair and everything. Like, that's just terrifying. But it didn't quite get me. But again, I wasn't really paying attention. But I'm getting into the Halloween spirit here.
You're watching that, and I watched Halloween Town.
What's that?
Last night. It's like an old Disney original like channel movie. Came out in I don't even know what year. Might have been late 90s.
90,
Yeah.
99,
But it's called Halloween Town. They made 3 movies, and the first 2 are better. The third is not so much. But I just watched it and played Animal Crossing before bed last night.
Oh, good. We had a very similar. You had your game. I had Forza, and then on the other screen, just watching some horror movies. Kevin is in the chat. Says Scream holds up for sure. I watch it often. He's the reason I watched it. Actually, he threw out a Scream reference a little while ago on one of their shows. They were talking about donating blood or getting blood tests or something, and passing out because of it. And he throws out this Scream reference out of nowhere. I'm like, I am here for it. So thanks to Kevin for putting Scream in my mind. I'm getting woozy here. So good. Thank you, Kevin. I'm very not influential. You can convince me.
Easily influenced.
Easily influenced. Thank you. Why do I even talk on
Yeah.
the internet? My goodness. Boot says to watch El Orfanato. That sounds terrifying and foreign. That is not gonna. It's not gonna.
Yeah, the second I don't know how to pronounce the title, I'm already like scared of it. If I can't
Yeah, I
pronounce
watched the
title.
American version of The Grudge. Okay, the Japanese one is too far. That's too scary. Yeah.
Never watched the first Grudge film. I watched the second one.
I didn't know they made a second.
I didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a horror movie. It's always a sequel. There you go.
But I never watched the
6
first.
is the best one.
6 is the best one.
I don't know.
Always,
I've never. I don't know how far they went with that. I know they did that with the the Paranormal Activities. They made like 12 of them or something. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. You definitely fall off after a while. Like the Saw movies as well. It's like really like I thought he died in one of them. How do they keep going after that? Jigsaw is like done. What the heck?
I want to play a game.
Oh my gosh, that movie's so. Or that got Lachlan right there.
I wasn't looking at Seth when he was talking. I was like
Yeah,
reading
that
our
was pretty
notes,
good.
and that scared the crap out of me.
Okay, so we should, instead of actually having our faces on here, we should just have like pick a Halloween character, some sort of slasher. Seth can be Jigsaw and just have that little like
Yes.
character with like the moving mouth and everything.
Be like VTubers. Like have
Yes,
our VTuber.
yes.
This is getting expensive real quick.
Yeah, we need puppets. We'll get Donnie on here
God.
too. He can be Chucky.
I would love that.
Yes.
We can have Mr. and or Mrs. Nasty Boots. Mr. Nasty Boots can come on. He can be the leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun. Get me out of here, you guys. I'm gonna get us canceled.
Oh man.
Let's reel it back. Let's talk gaming some more.
All right.
No, it's not quite Halloween yet. I know we're only a couple weeks away. Maybe we should dress up for Halloween for our stream.
I think
Maybe
that's
what
a
we need
really
to
good
do.
idea.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Come in with my hair all in my face since we're talking about The Grudge. I'll just stare between outside of my eyes. So Seth, do you want to kick us off with the bigger news? Because I kind of want to save
Yeah.
some of these like lighter hearted stuff like later.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. Should we just? I guess let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about this Bayonetta junk.
We don't have to.
Well, look, I do. I do think it's important. I do think it's an important conversation to have. I think that there are a lot of people. I was talking to Cheesy, our friend Cheesy
Oh, yeah.
64,
So handsome.
and handsome man.
Yes.
Yeah, really handsome man.
Also, like great personality and all the rest, but like,
Yeah, he's got it all. He's a full package.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout outs to Cheesy. But we were chatting and like it's just I feel like there's a lot of confusion in the Nintendo community, not only because the story itself is
Yep.
a mess, but sort of like a general vibe of like what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Like how do I approach this? How do I parse this and stuff? And I think that there were a lot of different, as the story has sort of developed, literally even just like a few hours ago.
Totally.
It's like a fluid thing. It's like constantly changing. It's such a mess. There's so much to it. But I think that there's like a bigger conversation to be had about sort of not only just like the state of the industry and the way that like voice actors are paid, because the way this all kind of kicked off was on Saturday morning. The longtime Bayonetta, the voice actress of Bayonetta and Bayonetta 1 and 2, her name's Helena Taylor. She kind of posted 4 videos on Twitter, sort of saying that the reason that she didn't reprise her role in Bayonetta 3 is because Platinum Games, in their negotiations for her contract, offered her a flat rate of $4,000, which she found insulting considering her training and everything. And she obviously, wasn't cast in the game. They replaced her with legendary voice actress Jennifer Hale. And she asked fans to boycott the game and to donate the money that they would have spent on the game to charity. And then she kind of was making like kind of subtle digs towards Jennifer Hale in those videos too, kind of saying like she has no right to claim the role. She's not Bayonetta, I'm Bayonetta. She shouldn't sign Bayonetta autographs and just stuff like that. And Platinum Games, the head of Platinum Games, Hideki Kamiya, kind of said like these are lies. He got bombarded on Twitter, ended up deleting his Twitter, then reactivating it, and now as of today, there's this report from Bloomberg where like they've said that they've actually seen documents saying that she was actually offered between $3,000 and $4,000 per session for a minimum of 5 sessions. So actually, she was getting like a minimum of 15,000. It's just this whole mess. It's this whole janky mess, and everybody's kind of just like, so it's kind of turned into a he said she said sort of thing, because she fires back saying, oh no, Platinum's lying, Platinum says she's lying. We're never going to know the truth, right? But the point is, and the thing that I kind of want to touch on here, and I know we got a question about it as well, and I know I've kind of been very vocal about this on the internet this week, and I know people want to hear what Sean and Lachlan think about it. But the point is that like video game voice actors are underpaid, and there's been, I mean, these voice actors have gone on strike in the past and things like that, and a lot of people are like, should I boycott this game? Am I supporting like a bad business practice if I buy Bayonetta 3 and stuff like that? And I feel like there's like a lot of sort of confusion. People sort of feel lost, and they don't really kind of know how to parse this. And so I'm kind of curious what your guys' take on that is. And I know that there was a question regarding this in the Discord.
I think Ngachacha might have asked, or to that effect. Someone did ask what we thought about it. And I kind of have, it's just so muddy, like you said, with just how it came out, how, she went about it. Like, obviously she was very upset over the whole thing in general. Which, I feel for her in regards to just being upset, because, she just wasn't happy about it, regardless of what the truth is. She was upset, and, it's true that voice actors don't get paid enough for what they do. Some barely anything, especially if you're, starting out, but that's pretty common with other things as well. But voice actors have always kind of voiced that. And I'm not a voice actor, so I wouldn't know. Never been in that.
Not yet.
God, please. No, I do not need to be one.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll just lull all of you to sleep and
No
read
way.
you a bedtime story. That's about it.
You ever get those? You ever get those ads like trouble sleeping? I'll read you a bedtime story. It's like, yeah, you will. Yes, that's great. That's exactly what people need. Definitely. All right, new Patreon goal.
My God.
Lachlan reads bedtime stories. Just go to sleep.
It's for Garrett. That's not for me.
Oh, snap. We got 2 people who could do it. There you go. All right. Okay.
But I understand that it is a big deal, because I do follow some people on Twitter that are voice actors. They've even voiced it themselves as well. But I think when it comes to anything related or something similar where some, bad news comes up, it's really it's up to you. It's up to the person. It's up to the one buying game themselves to make their own decision. Like, I'm not going to buy Bayonetta, but it wasn't because of this whole thing. I just wasn't going to buy it. But if I was really into buying it, and after the news came out, and then it kind of sounded muddy and it was all over the place, but it was one of those, let's say it was a game I really loved, and I understand the story as I do today, I would probably buy it. If it was something that I really, truly loved, I probably would, at the end of the day, buy it, because it's something that brings me joy. I think it's everyone's own decision. So I think it's just up to the person. That's kind of my thoughts on it. I
thought, just to jump off of that, that's exactly where I land on this. Is I think there is a lot to unpack here, but I get a little like twisted when the narrative gets kind of put in a way that it tells other people what to do or how to think. And I don't really like that. Even if it's right, even if like there is a way to determine and discern like what is objectively right, even I don't think that's a thing, but people really believe that there is a right here and that should dictate how other people should act. Even the call for a boycott to begin with, I think, is centered in that. And this is tough, you guys. Like, it's really difficult. Part of my thinking is I don't think that Platinum got Jennifer Hale for less or for that amount. So I don't think that it's a principle of Platinum Games to pay its actor, voice team, a flat rate. I don't think that you get Jennifer Hale for that rate. So that's kind of like piece number one that I would consider. Most people can't tell that there's a difference. So Platinum opted to hire somebody who costs more than that amount. Like that doesn't really like add up for me. I think Jennifer Hale's response to this was very classy, just kind of saying, you know my character, I'm under NDA, I can't really speak to this. And people should definitely go look up her tweet for the full quote. I think she handled the situation very gracefully, as we would expect from somebody like Jennifer Hale, just an absolute class act in the business. And this one is... I'm the same as you, Lachlan. I don't think that I wasn't going to buy it anyways. I've been saying this game's going to be a 65 all damn year, and I think I'm going to be just eating crow on that one. I think it's going to be like a Game of the Year contender, as it turns out. But I would just put it out there to say, if people want to buy this game, I think they should buy this game. I don't think anybody should be told what to do, how to think, how to feel about a situation. It's very, very complicated. Oh, and the last point that I wanted to make is this might put me in a bad space, but I generally don't think that you should air out your dirty laundry in public. Just whatever the case may be. And in video games, I know that some things need to be, like, the whistle needs to be blown on a number of issues, so I struggle with that portion. But generally speaking, I just think that, like, disputes are better handled privately. This just seems like it's trying to skip a few steps by going public, by making a lot of noise out of it to get the better outcome. I don't think you're trying to get to a positive outcome by doing something that's actually negative, and I don't think that ever jives in my head.
I think a better way, or probably a better way to go about it, if what she stated is true, and she definitely feels like she was wronged by the company. If it was me, like, I would take a step back, take a breather for a moment, and then do something that is in my control, which might be, making an organization, like just voicing about voice actors not being paid enough. Do something more towards that versus just making it about you. Like it's the community as a whole that has been struggling with this. Make it more less about you and more as this is a wider issue, and try to help the best way you can, because you may have experienced it now. I think that would be a better use of energy versus going about it in the way that it has been. Well, and even that, like, I want to balance out what I'm saying there too, because you bring up a good point. Like, I think if you feel backed into a corner and you think that there's only one option, then, like, I sympathize with that. Like, I or empathize, whichever one is right. Like, I feel for that, like, big time. I also don't think that it's quite right to go, like, this is how you should protest. I don't think that that's right either. Like, telling somebody that you should do this and not this in order to protest. I don't like getting into that stuff either. Captain Logan joins us in the chat, says, is Jennifer Hale costing them more than what they offered, or is it less than what Helena Taylor was asking? Yeah, that's something that we were addressing I think just before you got here. So I think it is more complicated than just dollars. And also, I don't think that they necessarily went to Jennifer Hale to, like, leverage her marketability, because I don't think it wasn't really even talked about. They just wanted somebody who was, I think, competent and who could take on the role. But yeah, this also kind of reminds me, Seth. I don't know if you remember the voice actor controversy with Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Yeah. When they left behind David Hayter and then brought on Kiefer Sutherland of all people. I don't know. Like, there's a certain cachet that comes along with the name, I guess. Like, that's the only thing I can really, like, think about when it comes to this kind of stuff. Why switch from one person to another? But in the end, the offer it seems to me, is what she's claiming, like, what was offered to her, it just seems I would be insulted as well, because that's not enough. It's a central character in the English version of the game, which is going to sell millions of copies, one of the most anticipated games of the year. And whether it's 4,000 or 4,000 per session, like, I don't think that's enough. And it does bring up the conversation, what are voice actors actually worth? So there's a lot here, that it's more complicated and complex than just going, like, boycott, and if you don't, then obviously you don't like voice actors. I can't stand that kind of stuff.
Me too. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I I guess I really kind of wanted to drill into that for the audience, because if you want to go and boycott Bayonetta 3, I don't think you're a bad person for doing that.
Right.
If you want to buy Bayonetta 3, I don't think you're a bad person for doing that either. I think you should do what you want to do. And I think that these are case by case, things like Lockwith was saying. And I think you have to parse what makes sense to you morally. And I think that, for me, this is something, as a Harry Potter fan, this is something that I've had to deal with for a long time, because I vehemently disagree with the morals of J.K. Rowling, right? But Harry Potter is one of the most important intellectual properties in my life. I proposed to my wife in front of Hogwarts. Like, Harry Potter is a big deal to me. Harry Potter is bigger to me than J.K. Rowling, just like Bayonetta is bigger to me than Helena Taylor. You know what I mean? Like, these things are bigger than just one person's involvement, and it is bigger than Hideki Kamiya. It is, all of the hundreds of people. Platinum employs like 300 people. All those people who, lost sales lead to things like layoffs, and liquidized positions and things like that. So, that's also stuff to consider. And, anytime that you buy a video game, frankly, you're complicit in probably a lot of, unsavory things. The last game you bought probably featured the work of an underpaid voice actor, So I think these are all things to consider when you're sort of leveraging what you want to do. If you're waiting to hear all sides of the story, you're never going to know.
Yeah.
You're never going to know the truth, So I think you just need to do what makes sense to you and just have fun. It's video games. But the important thing is, if this issue is important to you, keep talking about it, because I think that is like the biggest tool that we have as fans and consumers, is to keep a conversation going. And especially people like us who have an audience and a platform and things and a community, keep the conversation going, because now they know we know. You know what I mean? Like, now they know we know. And there's kind of this tension in the air. That's why Kamiya deleted his Twitter account and reactivated it and stuff like that. So this is what we need to do. We need to keep the dialogue going. So,
do you think? What do you think of the timing of it? Like, because I think this is double-sided, and I think that again, when you feel backed into a corner, you're gonna lash out maybe in ways that you otherwise wouldn't. So there's two sides to this. One is to bring awareness to this is what was offered, but then also to is tied into the boycott side. Like, the timing of this video is like just before this game comes out. This isn't when the offer was made. This wasn't like when Jennifer Hale was revealed, as in the original voice actor wasn't returning. Like, the timing was kind of vicious in and of itself. So, and that's the point. It's trying to send a message by hurting the sales. So I get it. Like, that's not foreign to me.
Maximum impact. Yeah.
But if the conversation is really just to start one about how much our voice actors worth, I'm actually a little surprised. Maybe I'm muting words or something, but like, I'm not hearing much else on this. I don't feel like I see too many other voice actors saying like, yeah, like my rate for this was such and such. And maybe there's adherence to various NDAs that are happening here where people just probably shouldn't be disclosing that. So I just think that that's interesting. This is years ago that this would have transpired.
There is a little bit of that. There is a little bit of that. So Sean Chiplock, who's the voice actor of Rivali, Teba, and the Great Deku Tree in Breath of the Wild, he was paid roughly $3,000 for.
Wait a second, the Great Deku Tree. Yeah, for Deku Tree, Teba, and Rivali. I don't know if it was per character or whatever, but he said he made about $3,000. Yeah.
So the standard rate for voice actors is $250 an hour for a minimum of 2-hour sessions. That's the standard rate for voice actors in the industry. It is very rare, if not completely unprecedented, for a voice actor to get any sort of residuals or royalties.
Right.
Which, according to this report from Bloomberg, Helena Taylor was asking for residuals as well.
Yep.
Kevin, actually, I did want to highlight this because Kevin in the chat points out this episode of Play Watch Listen where Troy Baker got into this, that he actually linked to that in the Discord. That's a great episode. It's episode I think like 74, and I listened to that, and it sheds a lot of light on kind of the ins and outs and the numbers and things like that. And yeah, 4-hour sessions is a typical day, as Captain Logan points out. That's a typical session, is 4 hours, $250 an hour. So by that metric, $4,000 would be 16 hours of studio time.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this is all kind of outside conversations, but that is something that they should decide, like, as a people. And, I know that some voice actors work in unions and things like that. And, you look at outside stuff like the Super Smash Brothers voice cast are all non-union voice actors, right? That's for a reason. You know what I mean? And like, this stuff is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
It's happening everywhere. It's an industry-wide issue. So, it's just, you got to take it case by case. You have to parse what makes sense to you.
Agreed. Yeah. And I don't even like it. You start dancing on thin ice, I would say, as far as the conversation goes. Cause like, how am I ever supposed to, or any of us really supposed to go, yeah, it's worth that? I have no idea. Like, and none of us really understand like the full economics and accounting and the business flow of all this stuff. Like, this is one of many, many, many financial decisions that are that factor into how much it takes to create a video game. The fact that these things even exist is a miracle to me. So like, it's really hard to go, I wish everybody got paid more. Like, that's just across the board. I think I wish everybody got paid double what they're making now. Why not? So it's difficult to get more nuance in that without all of the facts. It's a risk to make these games and to pay somebody, any individual, what they make. That's a risk. You don't know that this game is going to go well. So it is complicated. I at the very end of the conversation, I would say I feel bad that she feels like so hurt by this and so I don't know, mistreated. That I don't like. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It just doesn't seem like she feels like she was treated very fairly, and you hate to see that. I'm never going to argue any of that.
Yeah. I hope, I just hope that everybody comes away from this feeling okay to do what you want to do.
Agreed.
Like, that is the point that I want to kind of leave people with, is like, don't let anybody feel, and again, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I continue to consume Harry Potter content. That doesn't mean that I'm like trying to justify J.K. Rowling to make myself feel better about my purchases or whatever. Like, so you don't have to do that. And you also don't have to shame people for choosing not to boycott or to boycott. Just everybody do whatever they want.
Totally.
Do what makes sense to you.
And by the way, nobody is perfect. Like, on this whole like glass houses and stones and the things like where did this come from? Like, yeah. Where we're chastising each other so much. It's
not a black and white issue.
It's definitely not. Go unsubscribe to Disney Plus, you Walt Disney fans.
Right. It's not a
what a stand-up human being he was. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Like sorry.
It's just, there's always something crappy about something, whether you're aware of it or not, the things that you pay for.
Yep.
There's something down the line or some history there that you probably don't agree with, but you're just unaware of it. And when these things that are aware, they make you aware of it, there's a lot of strong opinions when it comes to it. And I've always been on the side of, I'm going to do what's best for me. Like, buy 3 Switches and... Right. And the rest of y'all. This is what I want to do. We're all just out here having fun.
Yes.
It's all about.
It's video games.
It's video games. Unless you're making them, then it's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Babbitt's in the chat here, so you see him on the trophy room. But like, if you really know him, would you still listen? I don't know. You make up your own mind.
Boycott the trophy room.
Oh my God, let's not. Let's move on. How about this? So back to Pokemon, back to lighter topics. William Outbreak in Discord asked, if you were a Pokemon, would your type choices be? You can choose 1 or 2, but the examples were like fire/fighting or like electric/ground. Like, what would you pick, Sean?
Oh, what do I have? Like water? Just grass is like pokey. I don't want like it's like you roll around in the grass and it's like it gets you all rashy and yeah, fire's too hot. Like I take this to a really dark place. Like, do I want to drown or get burned alive? Like, I think I'll take the water. It's too hot. Fire's too hot. I don't want to be. I don't want to be on fire or part of me on fire all the time. Like, no, thank you.
Been on fire all evening. I don't think you need to.
Are you implying that Charmander feels the flame on his tail?
I don't know. I wonder. I wonder if it's maybe he. Although doesn't he?
Horrible.
I think all of it is really horrifying if you think about it.
Holy
Get in this tiny ball, wild animal.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Pokemon.
But maybe that's the whole thing. Like if you can control, it's like, what about the Human Torch? How does the Human Torch feel? He's like, flame on! Ah!
Yeah.
No, thank you. Yeah, water it is.
Seth, what about you? What would you pick?
I've always been a fan of ghost types. I love ghost type Pokemon, so I guess I would go with that. I don't really have any deep rooted explanation for it other than that. I just like ghost types.
Gengar specifically.
Gengar's my favorite. Gengar's always been my favorite Pokemon, but I always like them. Like even in the newer generations, like in Sword and Shield, they had a Sinistee. That's such a good Pokemon. Like I love that Pokemon. It's the one that's like the little teacup with like with a little ghost, tea inside of it. It's really good. I don't know. I just like Ghost. Mimikyu is like a great Pokemon. Like I don't know.
Oh yeah, Mimikyu. You could is Ditto normal?
I think so, because Ditto, I think Ditto's normal type, yeah.
I was gonna pick a specific type. And mine was, and I don't even know if this is a thing. I might be making this up. I did want to pick just fire, so step away from me because I'm apparently picking fire.
It's too hot. It's too much.
It's too much.
Have you ever touched fire? It's very hot.
If we learned anything from our ancestors, fire is hot. But I don't know if fire fairy is a type. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
If it is, that's what I would want to be. Because like fairy is a very strong type, I feel like, and I always pick fire as my starters. I would want to be that. But if I want to be a specific Pokemon, I know this wasn't specifically the question, I would want to be Ditto because then I could be all the Pokemon.
That's cheating. That's
yeah. Yeah, that's probably cheating. Wasn't I think one of the evolutions in X and Y was Fire Fairy. I think one of the starters was Fire Fairy or Fire Psychic. One of them. Yeah. So.
Just trying to rack my brain as to what would be, and I guess I could Google it like normal people, but right before the stream started,
to know.
You can use Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Bonzi Buddy, help you out with that.
Oh my gosh! But Pokemon was still a hot topic this week because there was a lot of Pokemon starter like chatter as well, and so a lot of people were sharing basically who their Pokemon starters were across all of the Pokemon series. Like there was like long lists, and like I went through everyone's like picks for all the different ones and who they chose. Seth, I'll start with you this time.
Okay.
Which of the Pokemon games did you play, and do you remember what the starters were? I had to actually think back and like make a list, but I don't know if you thought on that or not.
I have them pulled up here because I've played all the Pokemon games. So yeah, it was Bulbasaur. Oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Is it Chikorita? Gen 2, the grass type? I think it's Chikorita.
Yeah, Cyndaquil, Totodile, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Torchic, then Turtwig, then Snivy, then Fennekin, then Rowlet, then Grookey. And then I'm going to do Fuecoco, I think, in Scarlet Violet. So, that's me.
Sean, I know you didn't play.
No, but I definitely want to pick. I've got the list here as well. Squirtle to start that's why I went like Squirtle's one of my favorites. I just think that it is one of the cutest Pokemon ever. I just love Squirtle. I'm going Totodile for Gen 2. I'm going Torchic for Gen 3. Piplup, again, water. That is just the cutest. Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yeah, Piplup's cute.
What is Gen 5? What games are these? I don't like any of these.
That's Diamond Pearl, right?
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't like any. Is it? I don't like any of these.
Oh no, that might be Black and White. That Gen 5 might be Black and White. Actually.
Yeah, they didn't seem familiar at all. No, I'm skipping Gen 5. Gen 6. I'm going Chespin, which that's X and Y, right?
What?
No,
that's X and Y. You went Chespin.
Yeah, I like Chespin a lot.
Oh gosh.
What's wrong with that? What the heck?
I can't follow you on Chespin, dude. I'm sorry.
What is it because of what Chespin evolves? I will say Chespin's evolution is like that's actually terrifying.
Yeah, Chestnut's awful.
I
don't like Chestnut.
I'm going Rowlet for Gen 7 because my daughter loves owls, and we'll go Grookey and we'll go Grookey. Yeah.
Yes.
Grookey. Yeah. I'm Grass
Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Score Bunny's very, very close though. On the last one.
I think that's a really good. I think that's actually a good set of starters there. Sword and Shield. Yeah. Score Bunny.
Yeah.
Got a little Score Bunny right here.
Captain Logan, I know they're speaking English, but this is like listening to someone dive into Elder Scrolls lore.
I only went through the ones like the games I actually played, which isn't a whole bunch, to be honest. Like I can't tell you generations. I can just tell you which series it was. So Pokemon Red, I picked Charmander, and you'll see a theme very quickly. Pokemon Gold, Cyndaquil. On Pokemon White, I picked Tepig.
Yeah.
On Y, I picked Fennekin. On Alpha Sapphire, I picked Torchic. And on Sword, I picked Score Bunny. And in the next one, this will be the first time I haven't picked a fire. I'm going to pick Quaxley. So.
Yeah, I might actually just flip a coin on these two because I'm Foy
like
Coco or
Quaxley.
Like Sprigatito, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Not in the consideration. But the other
it's just
two
a green
are.
Cat.
Thank you.
Like,
yes.
Just a green cat.
Yes.
It's cute, but like it's just a green
cute
cat.
Though. I'll get cute with the what is the little doe one, the little dog?
Fido.
Oh
Fido.
man.
I'm gonna get Fido. That'll be my little cute animal.
Kato unsubscribed. We all trashing the cat with this. We were just trying to see if Kato was around. There she is.
This is how you summon Kato. Yeah.
Should have said Spaghettio because that's what
my
she calls
gosh.
Sprigatito.
Spaghettio,
Yeah.
yes. Can I just be a Farfetch'd in real life? Like if that's, I just love Farfetch'd. I just think it's the
Pokemon.
best. What? They're just carrying the. Was it a leak or what is
about,
leak?
Yeah, it's a leak.
It's
You talking
so
about dark?
good.
He carries his own aromatic to cook him with.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh! I didn't know that.
That's a thing. Yes, he's carrying around a giant leak.
Just love it.
Holy cow!
Man, we had this whole conversation. I have my Ultimate Pokemon Guide around here somewhere. How have we?
What about to say?
Oh
The
yeah,
magazine.
Yeah,
It's taking too long to bust out the magazines.
It's here for smelling.
I was about to ask if you were smelling that
smell
magazine.
is the best, isn't it? Isn't that magazine smell the best?
Oh, this is good
my
stuff, you
gosh.
guys. That's what it's all about. Look at there he is.
All
Cute for
about.
Quaxley. It's the ABCs of Pokemon. Right there. There he is. Look at that.
So
Q's
cute.
for
And he's
Quaxley. It's probably
got
the
that
only.
little,
W's for
sassy
Wobbuffet.
wing.
Yeah, you guys.
Wobbuffet.
Wobbuffet.
I like Wobbuffet too.
That's Ellie's favorite.
What's that big bear? Like the big pink bear? Cannot think of its name.
Beware.
Like I don't know.
Beware.
Like it's
That's
so
it.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
beware.
an evolution of the tiny little guy, cute little guy.
That thing cracks me up in the show. He constantly picks up Team Rocket and like takes off with them, like constantly. That is the funniest thing.
Oh my gosh. Jinx is also, this gets you, like I told you my daughter likes spiders and stuff. Like Jinx is also one of her favorite Pokemon. You know, do you know what Jinx is? It's just this weird looking, like, is this a ghost
That's
type?
Nicki Minaj. That's
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj
it
Pokemon.
totally
Yeah.
is with the middle part. She loves Jinx so much, dude.
Yeah.
She likes the the creepy crawlies, man. Gosh, so good. There you go. I'm just gonna sit here and read my magazine or smell
No, you're
it.
gonna. While you're reading, I'll continue down our list of questions because we had quite a few. So the Winter Gamer in Discord basically said, "Why are Nintendo games so enticing to get on day one, even though they're not all discounted? So like Mario plus Rabbids plus the DLC has been down to $15, and Immortals Phoenix Rising burned them when they bought the DLC bundle, and the game was then discounted before the DLC came out." So I don't know.
They're both
we'll probably
Ubisoft
have
games that he
different.
mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft games are like kind of infamous for that. Like they're always going to go on sale really really quick. I mean, that's the thing. Like we kind of touched on this earlier, but like Sean, I don't really blame you. Like if I were smart, Mario plus Rabbids is going to be on sale by the end of the year. No question. No question that's going to be on sale. Now, first party Nintendo games, and this is something I think we touched on maybe either last episode or maybe it was in the first episode or something, but first party Nintendo games don't really go on sale. Like hardly ever, they do sometimes. They just had like a digital sale or something like that, but I think that is a part of it. Nintendo has sort of created this like culture of, well, you might as well get it because it's not going to go on sale, so they've kind of created that precedent. But, on the flip side of that, somebody like Ubisoft has also created the opposite precedent where it's like, well, maybe I should wait because it's probably going to be $20 by the end of the year.
Yeah. Well, and like Black Friday comes around weeks after most Ubisoft games as well. And it's like year after year, people buy them on day one. And it's like, you just look like 12 months ago, like see what happened. Or I don't even know if Ubisoft had anything last year. They've been in a weird spot lately. But I think maybe part of it too, especially with this game in particular, is it's not like a mainline game. It's a little off to the side. It's turn-based and all those kind of things. But I think, the idea, like, I have it physical, but I also bought it digital, the first game, because that gold edition that included the DLC was like $15. That's insane. The full game and an amazing DLC with the Donkey Kong stuff was like $15. So I don't know. I go in these waves, you guys. Like sometimes I just buy things just cause, and sometimes I let that catch up to me and go, maybe I should be smarter about this. So it's, I guess, just bad timing for Mario plus Rabbids. Plus it's Ubisoft, because it's definitely a thing. Just play Persona on Friday, Yarden. I read it was 120 hours just mainline. Yeah, that's magically have more time just because it's on Game Pass.
No, but I'm saying if we're talking about money, that's on Game Pass.
That's true.
But it's also one of those things too where I think it also is, the proposition of value is inherently subjective because, like, $60 to me is going to mean something totally different to somebody else, right? Where, like, for me, if I wasn't for me, Mario plus Rabbids is one of my most anticipated games of the year. And there's only a handful of games that I'm really buying for the rest of the year. So I'm like, I want to get this day one. I'm going to pay full price for it. I know it's probably going to be $20 cheaper in a month.
I know.
Right? But
I hate to say it.
Like, I want to play it. So, like, I'm going to get it.
Ngachacha asked about everyone's like hype level for the Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and he also asked, who is the worst character to have on your team and why is it Mario? Is it because some of his moves require multi-turn cooldowns? #Team Luigi.
Wow.
I had to put the whole thing in there.
Yeah, that's the spice. That is like a Ngachacha question through and through. It's like the recipe for a Ngachacha question is just like question and why is it blank?
Why is it blank? Yeah,
I've noticed that. I love it. So I mean, I guess already I'm very hyped. This is one of my most anticipated games of the year. Super excited for it. Looking forward to it. Seeing if all my theories are right or wrong. I'm into it. Worst character to have on your team? I mean, for this one, I don't know. In the first one, I guess I would have said Mario for the first one, but who knows how it's going to shake out with this one. It is a little bit funny that they didn't bring back Yoshi and Rabbid Yoshi for this one. I don't really know why that is, but they got cut. So we'll see. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping Bowser is going to be like a really good party member. I'm excited that Bowser's on the team. So
Rosalina, man, I gotta do this. Rosalina, that's This game is. I'm actually reminding myself. Part of my thinking when talking about like the hype level, I'm like, I don't even know if Ubisoft has done a really good job of hyping this game up. It is like, without a doubt, the first game was so quality. It was so surprising. It was so accessible to people who had never even been interested in this style of game before. It's like throw Mario on it and it's great. Right. I don't know why I'm not really there. And I think it's just because maybe I have somewhat forgotten that it is coming out. And I'm like hyping myself about it when I'm talking about it. It's like, this is the Mario Galaxy world or, like theme come to life. And I love Mario Galaxy. Like, it's incredible. Why am I skipping this game, you guys? Oh no, I'm making a mistake. Why am I
just
waiting?
Keep having you talk
I'm gonna
in
be
circles
texting you,
and
being
want
like,
it
"It's
again.
amazing."
Oh, I'll bet. I know, and that's the thing. I've made up my mind. Everything is rock solid, and then somebody else is gonna play it and go like, "Man, I'm an idiot. Like, what am I even thinking?" It looks great, but the thing is it's at least for a dum-dum like me, like it'll challenge me. You have to think about what you do. You don't just like mindlessly go through Mario plus Rabbids. You do have to kind of think about it. And I think that's really where my mind is at as far as not jumping right into it. It's like, it's not an arcadey experience. It's not like Mario Odyssey. I can just like run around and have fun. I'll still have fun. And when I get my hands on it, the Mario plus Rabbids, the first game is, like I said, is very, very good. But I have to get over a bit of a mental hurdle to get there, to actually have the controller in my hands and play the game. Yeah.
I have no opinion on this because
I was just gonna ask.
I've never played any of them. No, I haven't played the first one. I'm not getting this one.
Oh, the first one's so cheap. You can get the first one for so cheap.
You get the first one cheap, then I might get the
Definitely.
first one, and I'll let y'all know. But no, I don't have an opinion, unfortunately. I'm not like Sean. I'm not conflicted a lot of the times. I just my decisions, and then I go with it. And even then, I still don't feel like I haven't.
Lachlan.
Must be nice.
Must be nice. I make up my mind and it's perfect and everything is great and I sleep so great at night and decisions are so clear.
Tower.
Exactly.
So no conflict in this head.
No kidding. And let her just float away.
Oh my god, y'all! I'm still conflicted because I still don't feel like
We heard what you
I have
said.
enough time. I still don't feel like I have enough time to play all the games that I have, but it's because of I get too caught up in the same game like you are with Forza, Sean. So
I bought like 5 magazines from the bookstore and I don't even know where to start with these things. I'm so broken, it's not even funny. I've got those, I got this Last Ronin comics. Like, what am I doing, you guys? What? I'm raising human beings as well. I have kids. What is the matter with me?
got all the things to talk about with your kids.
Oh,
all
that's
the things
true.
that you've purchased, and then they ask you about it. And
That's
you're like,
true.
well, Daddy hasn't played that yet. 'Cause
Yep.
I've been playing Forza.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey, son, do you care? He's like the only little boy in the world that doesn't give a crap about cars. He's like, whatever.
Whatever,
Same.
Dad.
Same.
Yeah,
Don't
later.
care.
Oh my gosh, Sean, it's easy. Just go on the eShop and buy a few games and you'll feel bad. That's true. I did play a game called He and Her, or Him and Her, something like that. It's a very simple platforming, very cute.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
saw that you were playing that last night.
Yeah,
and I
very
was like,
briefly.
What is this game? I was like, what's Sean playing? And I looked
Yeah.
and I was like, what is this?
It
And
was
I looked
$1.
It up. It was 99
never heard
cents.
of that.
Yeah, it was $1. Yeah, it's very cute, very like simple platforming. You can, walk and or jump, but when you come to the edge of like a square, it'll rotate the whole thing. So it actually kind of plays with gravity a little bit. So you've got to figure out how to
Fez
twist.
kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah, kind of like Fez. Yeah, totally. So very cute. But I don't know. How am I going to play that and not some of these other games, So I just added some of my confusion.
99 cents. Why not?
Exactly. Gotta have at least one 99-cent game per week that I'll bring to the table here, you guys. You keep talking. I'm gonna see what's on sale. Sale!
Oh my god. Well, one of the last questions we have was from Sam. He asked in Discord, what's your go-to game to play when you're sick? They said it doesn't have to be a Nintendo specific game, but obviously mine's Animal Crossing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I haven't been sick in so long. Knock on wood. I'm gonna get sick tomorrow now that I said that.
Oh gosh.
But but I thinking back of like times where I'm feeling icky and just sitting in bed, like I want to play something that I don't have to think too hard on. And I've played Animal Crossing for so long,
Yeah.
so many different times, that I could just mindlessly build, or I can run around my island and accomplish nothing and feel fine.
Yeah.
Feel fine about it.
Yeah. I don't know if I have like a go-to sick game. Like, I like to play games when I'm sick, but I don't know if I have a go-to. I got really, really sick when I was a kid. Get this, you guys. When I was like, I don't know, 14 or 15 or something, I got scarlet fever. Scarlet fever, came down with it. It's like a 1800s sickness, and I got it. And I was laid up in bed for like 2 weeks, and I was just playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on my original Xbox for like 2 weeks, and that was it. So that was great. Whenever I would get sick and I was growing up, my grandparents used to put on Singing in the Rain, the movie Singing in the Rain. So I associate that movie with like sick rituals or whatever, but I don't have a I just kind of play whatever game I'm playing, I guess, when I'm sick.
That makes
I don't
sense.
know.
I'm jealous of people who can play games in bed. I kind of want to, like, seems like maybe a personal conversation. But I get to bed and I bring my Switch next to me. I'm like, I'm totally going to play it. And then I hit the pillow. I'm like, I don't want to play here. Like, I don't want to, like, prop up my pillow or anything or hold my, like, what do you, like, are you laying flat with, like, your like, kind of, like, switch up? Like, what are you doing? What do you?
Then it'll hit you in the face.
Right. You need, like, the pop
Never
socket
fall
thing
asleep, yeah.
on the back of it. I can't play in bed. But is that not a bad idea, right? Put the pop socket on the back.
Pretty brilliant idea, yeah.
Good
Look at me. Not just a hat rack. I agree. I don't know if I have a go-to. I think just like in general, my go-to game is Tetris 99 or Tetris in general. Just like totally timeless. I've gotten to the point with that where I can just kind of turn my brain off, but still be engaged in the game. Like I don't think your brain is ever off playing Tetris, but it's just muscle memory at this point. You've been playing, like basically playing since the Game Boy days. So I think my answer is Tetris 99. Yeah.
We were talking about like movies and shows. I would have more options.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I go to shows that it's the same thing with like gaming. Like I go to Animal Crossing because it's convenient. It's something I'm used to. Same with shows. Like if I've seen the show 1,000 times, if I'm sick, I'm gonna start from the beginning again and just binge and do nothing but lay horizontal all day and just watch the same Gilmore Girls episodes that I've seen 1,000 times. And I don't know. When it comes to shows, I have a lot more options than games, I guess.
Oh man, Spiritfarer is 67% off, you guys. It's like $10.
What?
You have to get that if you don't.
That
If
game
you don't
is
have it.
great. I think I've got it on Xbox, but who knows? Beat Cop
play
is
it in bed.
$1.88. I can't play in bed. I want to. Like, it seems like a great thing to do. But I'm
Do
like,
the
play in
pillow
bed.
behind me. I do the
can't.
pillow behind me.
Yeah.
I do a pillow in my lap so that my hands are resting because
okay.
then my hand falls asleep. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't. And I just put the covers up to here and I'm just...
Okay, that seems cozy.
Yeah, I sort of prop up against like the backboard, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I do. But I also, like if you leave me in a quiet room for more than like 5 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I have to be engaged in something mentally.
I'll play Mario Run in bed.
There you go.
Here you go.
Because like
Yeah,
Miyamoto said, he
bust
can
that
play with
out.
one hand. It's amazing.
That's true. It is true. Holy
Oh,
moly.
man. Oh, I want to shift gears and see what today's episode is brought to you by.
Yes, please.
So we were talking about Pokemon again today. I went through the archives to see what Game Boy games I have. And of course, Pokemon Gold,
You went gold, huh?
my original one from growing up. I still
Love
have
this.
it. The only issue with this one, unfortunately, outside of the red one, you can play it. You have to play it and beat it because you can't save on it anymore.
Battery died. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy to change that. It's
Well,
very
that's
easy.
terrifying to me. I'm going to send it to
Oh,
you,
no,
Seth, and
it's-
you can change it.
I mean, I'll do it for you. It is very, very easy though. I'm completely confident that you could do it. Yeah,
I
it's
just
easy
found
to
that
change
out the
those.
other day. I was like, because I thought about it, I was like, what is the issue with this? Why won't it save anymore? Like it plays fine, but it doesn't accept the save. And I found out that there's an internal battery in
Yes.
this, and if it goes out, you can no longer save, which baffles me. I don't know, but
Mind blowing.
that's the issue with that. Yeah.
Look, there was a time when we had to input like janky passwords, or the games just didn't save at all. So
Yeah.
they were still figuring it out. They're like, we need this battery powered module on the motherboard to save your game.
I was concerned that I would need to like solder something
Oh
or
no, it's not that bad. No.
You definitely do.
I just-
Yeah, get your soldering gun.
shut up, Sean.
Video it. I want to see it.
No.
Put some
It's easy, you can do
thermal paste on there as well. Duct tape it together.
I can't with y'all. Well, Sean, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
Oh,
'Cause I
man.
think we've reached our limit this evening.
Probably about 2 minutes in, you're probably like, let's get ourselves out of here. Every Tuesday, you can
We're
find me
doing
here,
this.
youtube.com/carpool gaming, but you can find me on the internet, mostly on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And tonight, we did a lot of time, as with every episode of the new Nintendo Drive, we did a lot of talking about what's going on in the Discord. The best way to be a part of the show is to be in the Discord. Get in there. It's a great group of people. Everybody is there supporting each other and having awesome conversations. So the best way to be part of the show is jump in that Discord, you guys. Come on in. Links are in the show
Because
notes.
clearly we're bringing them all up on the podcast.
That's the other thing. People will be like, ooh, do I want this on the podcast? Like, do I really want to say this in the Discord? We'll see.
Join us.
Yes,
join
us.
Join us.
We're watching.
Seth, where can people find you?
Oh my goodness. I am at $2 Hero on Twitter. You can also listen to me on my other show, All In Nintendo Podcast and All In Podcast and all that stuff. And I'll just echo what Sean said. Join the Discord because we're watching.
That just sounds creepy. You can
Yes.
find me at Locklith here on YouTube. You can also find me here every Tuesday as part of Carpool Gaming with the Nintendo Drive. And you can find me on Twitter at LocklithTWT. But thank y'all for hanging out with us for today's episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Hit that like button before you leave. Fuel this carpool in the comments below with your most cursed Pokemon type combination. Let us know.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Beak.